Amazing, amazing, amazing. Welcome back to the Relationship Talk Show. My name is Sylvia Wanja. Now, tulikuwa tumefanya intro pale mbele kidogo, but right now we're about to get started in the conversation that we're going to have today. And we said, it's a conversation yenye it has so much around it. Na watu wako na mambo mingi kusema about it. And we're going to present it in a different way, a Christian way. Juu sasa najua za influencers umesikia nyingi sana, za marafiki, za nani. But now let us present it from a Christian perspective of long distance relationship and online dating. So maybe we can take the question one more time before we get started with the conversation that we're going to have today. Would you consider getting into a long distance relationship? Would you consider getting into a long distance relationship? Tumesema you can share with us, and unaweza pena ka explanation kidogo, seme why, if yes sema why, if no sema why, okay? Na pia tumesema kwa wale ambao anajua swali ina target those who are not yet in marriage, but if you are in marriage, you've gone ahead of us, maybe you can share your insights, maybe from experience ama from things that you have seen around you, you can share with us and we can be able to share with the wider public, okay? So let us get the guest profile and we can get started.
Reverend Faith Bogonko is a dedicated servant of God and a leading voice at Deliverance Christian Church. She serves faithfully alongside her husband, Bishop Alfred Bogonko, with whom she is blessed to share both a thriving ministry and a beautiful family. Known for her passion for the word and her deep commitment to ministering to the people of God, Reverend Faith has become a guiding light in her community. Her ministry is marked by compassion, wisdom, and a heart for helping others grow spiritually. She is particularly dedicated to mentoring women, empowering them to live out their faith with boldness and purpose. Together with Bishop Alfred Bogonko, Reverend Faith is a cornerstone of Deliverance Christian Church, leading by example in both family life and spiritual leadership. Their shared ministry has been instrumental in transforming lives, fostering growth in faith, and nurturing a community rooted in love, prayer, and the Word of God. Reverend Faith's devotion to her family and her role as a spiritual leader continues to inspire many, making her a beloved figure within the church and beyond.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, MBCI family, without further ado, I introduce you to Rev Faith Bogonko. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you.
Yes, it has been a minute since we've had you here.
Sure.
Kwanza tunafaa kwanza kwa happy new month.
Oh yeah.
It is the 1st of April.
And it is not for liars.
Yeah.
To dedicate kwa shetani na mauongo.
Yes, it's going to be a month that is filled with grace, a lot of love, a lot of favor,
Amen.
And a lot of growth.
That's right.
Being taken from one level to another.
Amen.
Amazing. So today we are discussing a topic ambayo ni controversial kidogo, na a lot has been said about this particular topic. Na maswali maswali zimekuja zikiwa nyingi sana. People wanting to know about long distance relationship, what it entails, online dating, because vitu zimetake a shift. It is not like how it was before. You had to go physically, upatane na mtu, unarusha mawe kwa roof, ndo mtu anatoka mnapatana. So things are different, whereby mtu anaingia tu mtandaoni, anaona picha na inakaa vizuri, ana DM, you start a conversation there, and years later unapata people got married, they settled down. So maybe we can start from there. We can talk about the definition of a long distance relationship, and then we can continue from there.
Long distance relationship basically means that these are two people who are maybe dating, or are engaged or even married, but they are not in the same vicinity. They are in different places, and they are committed to this relationship in spite of the distance. I think that's how I would define it.
So people who are in a relationship, a committed relationship, but
a heterosexual.
We have to be
believers.
Very specific. So a heterosexual relationship between people who are committed, but geographically wako in different locations. Okay. So maybe we can start with on the challenges bit, kwa sababu hiyo ndio imeongelea sana. What are some challenges that people face, people who have decided they're committed to the relationship, yes, but the distance bit in a later issue? What are some of the biggest challenges that they face?
I think the first one that comes to my mind immediately would be the fact that if they have met online from the word go, kuna hii kitu mnaita catfish.
Yeah, it's a real thing. It does happen.
This thing is, I think, that catfishing is the worst. Na kwa sababu ya wale ambao ni wa umri yangu, wenye waelewi, is when somebody pretends to be what they are not. So anaweza kuwa ametuma picture of a very young, beautiful figure 8 girl, but ako tu kwa ground ni SpongeBob SquarePants. So
what happened? What changed?
So I think that is one of the major ones. Another challenge is online relationships can make somebody to be what they really are not, because you put up a front. You have your lipstick on and your eyelashes on and
filters.
The filters. So kwa ground, and then you don't seem to ever get annoyed, disappointed, frustrated. You're always happy. You're always like, hello,
jovial, hi.
Always just showing the best side, posting or a life that is fake, lavish lifestyle. Ukienda hoteli kubwa kubwa ndio una post, but ukienda kwa keja yako ka single room hutaki kupost. So the challenges are that somebody can live a fake life and try to show that side of their life and yet not show the real them. So that is another challenge. Another challenge would be lack of effective communication. Kuna kuongea na kuna mawasiliano. There needs to be, if there is not genuine, effective communication, or if it is one-sided, if it's only one person who is always trying to reach out to the other one, if you're not on the same page, then that again can be a very big challenge in online dating.
But Reverend, there's this concept ambayo imekuwa popular sana, imekuwa popularized over time, ya kwamba the man is the one who is supposed to take charge of the relationship. So even when it comes to communication, they're the ones who are supposed to do that. So is it wrong maybe to expect that communication will be driven by the man if you are in a relationship? Ama kutakuwa na...
Yeah, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
I adapt.
I would think communication is two-way. I would think, like what we're having now is a communication. But if you were talking alone or I was talking, that's a monologue. Or if all I can do is answer, then where is my brain?
There's a problem. You also need to initiate from your end.
Because what you're doing is what will happen mkianza kuishi pamoja after marriage. Atakuwa kinitiate saa zote.
At the end anasema na call all the
I make sense. Because communication is two-way. So I need to be able to call you, you need to be able to call me. It needs to be, we are in this together, we are committed together. So wakati wa kukatiwa, the man would initiate, basically. Then once you come to an agreement, kaende. Sijui ingine hapana. Tunakaa unasikia umemiss alafu unangoja kupigia wewe kazi yako tu kusema miss you too.
You also need to do something.
You need to do something. You need to be out there because way up front we need to be very clear about this. Any relationship, whether long distance or one-on-one, is a risk.
It's a risk.
Because
you're not 100%
you are
sure
putting yourself out there. Unaamini huyu mtu and yet kuna watu wenu wenye unajua hata kuna damu yao kwa system, but you're believing this total stranger that you've met and you're risking by trusting them with your heart and your feelings and your future. So whichever way you look at it, it is a risk. So risk all the way.
Don't go halfway.
Don't go halfway.
Okay, risk all the way. And I know most people wanna struggle maybe because of things that they have gone through in the past. Then now probably wanafika point ako like me, I won't force, I won't be initiating conversations. Nesikeni kama I'm being clingy, I am trying too much.
It depends on how far along the relationship is. If you're going towards marriage, say you're getting married in 6 months. and one person is in another country and another one is in another country. Now if mwenye ako kwa ground kama yeye ndiye anatafuta nguo, sijui venue, sijui nini, alafu angoje ule initiate conversation.
Kitaumana.
So the nearer you are, the more you need to be open. Yes.
Wow, okay. And maybe tukiruka kwa online dating kidogo, maybe you can share with us what online dating has done, like to change the normal dynamics of dating zenye zilikuwa hapo mbeleni, and share with us the changes that you have noticed from before, how traditional dating used to happen, and everything that's happening in the online.
Tutamaliza na program moja.
Because it's a lot.
Let me just mention a few. I think the thrill of going for a date.
Of meeting.
The thrill of meeting, like where are we are meeting in a restaurant, nitavaa nini, tutaongea nini, nitabehave aje, ile ya unakula, maybe you're not so used to using a fork and knife, alafu umeletewa kachipo na sausage kanaruka. Those two things, those ones of kusimama ukichora na mguu, those days chini ya mti unazungumzia ukikula kidole, unaangalia chini unasikia shame on me. That thrill of letters. Oh, the letters were amazing. Alafu inakuja na poster, ama inakuja na sister yako mdogo, ama kabrother, ama cousin. Kuna tubarua. Alafu they were written. Barua.
Lazima mtu angekuwa na poetry.
Kwanza walikuwa na quote maandiko unapenda. You did the scripture. Song of Solomon was vibrant. Your hair is like a flock of goats. Coming down by Toreb. Hey, I'm telling you. They would write, you know, like there's this brother who just used to love quoting, I think 3rd John. You know, I write to you, dear lady. Alafu unaandikiwa full scarf. Full scarf mrefu. Now, nowadays that thrill is not there. That thrill is not there. Because online dating, I can just wash my face, powder my nose, switch on the camera, and we talk. Na huku chini bado uko na night dress.
Na hatajua.
Hata hujajiandaa, hata kuna mahali umeenda, you're not smelling nice, you're not, you know.
Uko tu.
Those paradigms have shifted. The planning with your family, you know, telling them there's this person, I'm going to meet them. And then in our days, we used to date in groups. Like I would go with a friend, he would come with a friend, and then we meet in an open place.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, like a
restaurant. Like as we used to meet in Central Park. Atunge afford do ya kwenda like once in a while we used to afford to nenda kula chipo. Za 10 bob. That was a lot of money, by the way. Chipo 10 bob. Luthuli Avenue.
Was a lot.
Alafu inaekwa tu kwa kikaratasi. Chili na vinegar was free. Tomato sauce ni bob. Kale kakaratasi kalikuwa bob.
So you would just buy then. You have a nice meal.
Mume squeeziana hapo, mumejaa, mkikula muna sweat. But the thrill, unasikia ni kama umepelekwa Intercontinental, you know. So nowadays you don't even budget for a date. You don't plan for it. You just hi, unadu? Kuna kathrill hakako.
Kuna kakitu kana miss.
Kuna kakitu tu kana miss, but there are many things that are different. However, it's the online dating saves on time. You can manage your time with online dating. Because in our days, maybe one of them, you would meet, like kama Nicole, huyu ako kwa hii booth, maybe ako Nakuru na ule mwingine ako Kabarnet. So mkishamaliza kuongea mnasema tuongee tena kesho. Na mmepanga line. Watu wamepanga line kwa booth. Ikilia unasema hiyo ni yangu. Because you know kuna mahali imeandika. So unaenda unasema hello, alafu unakaa sasa unachora kama hapo ukiwa hapo unaongea till the next time. Unakaa, then him would go na ma coins. Akimaliza na mimi niko na ma coins. Na ni bob. Unaweka ile tit unaweka you talk zikiisha. Sasa shida ni kama kuna line hapo ndio itakuwa kwa shida.
Watu wanakuharakisha tu wanataka kuitumia.
So there is something about online dating, about saving time, about saving expenses. Kuna tu vitu to shift to kwenye ni different kiasi.
Zina separate traditional dating from the online dating that we now have. Now, I had to turudi kwa long distance relationships kidogo. I have been online and I have seen so many things, and the most popular post yenye niliona ilikuwa inasema for you, for a long distance relationship to be successful, the four of you have to agree. The four of you have to agree.
Which
in a
four?
Relationship. So the two of you in different places, kila mtu na mtu wake, the four of you have to agree. So that is the notion that is out there, that for a long distance relationship to work.
Which four are we talking about?
Like two people in a relationship, Reverend, and then kwenye wako, wako na watu. Wow. So the four of you have to agree. So that is what people say, like, okay, it's just a way to say that it's impossible
for you to be alone.
To have a long distance relationship. So maybe we can touch on that. Ukiangalia success traditional relationships and long distance relationships, where do you feel like long distance relationships zina fail na zinafanya people wako na hiyo notion ya hapana long distance for me? No.
Sidhani tu ni long distance peke yake. I think there is a notion in the generation of young people right now, the ones in the dating scene, ya kwamba tu ni vigumu tu kuwa mwaminifu. But me, I would like to bring us back to being a believer. When you are a believer, the thing that is the most important is your relationship with God. If you seek first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness, then you will treat others the way you'd want to be treated. And you will be faithful, you will be honorable, and you will be a person that carries themselves with dignity because of the fear of the Lord in you. So my concern would be, if kama sisi tuko wa dunia, the four of you must agree. But kama sisi tumeokoka, it's not about whether my husband is seeing me or not. It's me and my personal relationship with Jesus Christ. I know of brethren who have gone outside the country, and because they wanted papers, they hook up with somebody. Na huku yeye ni mchungaji, lakini kule yeye ni raia. So it disturbs me. I think it's personal. It's you and your relationship with Jesus Christ, and how much you allow him, and how much you internalize his relationship with you. Yes, then because I know of a couple that dated online, met, wedded, and then because the papers were not available, the man went back to the country, akaacha mke wake akajiandaa, walikaa apart kama 3-4 years. And then papers zikakuwa tayari, then he went with his wife, and they've been living happily ever since. And they dated online, met online, waka agree online, akakuja negotiations. I think he landed on a Wednesday, Saturday tukaenda kulipa mahari. Then he went back the next week on Wednesday, and then he came back for something else, and then for the wedding he was only here for 3 weeks. So 2 weeks ndio tulitayarisha wedding tukamaliza. And then wakaenda honeymoon ya like 5 days. He went back to the country. Then he started preparing his wife's papers. They've been married now for over 10, I think 15 years maybe.
15 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time. So it's possible.
Yes,
long
it's
distance
possible
to work. It all relies on you as an individual.
Sure.
How do you know God? How do you have that conviction? Like anytime you're about to do something that is wrong, unajambia hapa hivi, hata kama sionekane, hata kama mtu wangu ako mbali, God still sees what I am doing.
But I believe the key thing in long distance relationship is communication. Genuine, open, real communication. If the communication is real, not only in long distance, even hii yenye tunaishi pamoja. If communication has got a breakdown, that marriage is bound to break down. Yeah.
Wow.
Communication
is everything.
Is key, very, very key. And that means that you should be open about what you are and yet be very kind. So like, usikue mtu mwenye una jam saa zote, unagombana saa zote, it's a turn off. Usiwe mtu mwenye anatoanisha mwingine saa zote, it's a turn off. Usiwe mtu mwenye anataka kupembelezwa miaka yote, it's a turn off. You need to come to this relationship being genuine, being open, and being willing to allow this relationship to work.
You have to be willing to allow it to work. Amazing. So maybe we can get the question that we are discussing one more time so that you can send in your feedback. For those who have something to add on that, would you consider getting into a long distance relationship? And you can accompany your answer with a brief explanation if you wouldn't mind, okay? You can share with us. If yes, tell us why. If no, tell us why you wouldn't get into a long distance relationship. Wow, amazing. So maybe we can continue with the conversation now. Reverend, what would you say are some factors or some things that make long distance relationship work aside from communication that you have already mentioned? It's very key for you to have communication, but what other things can you add to make it work? Because compared to the traditional relationships, which are considered easier at this point because you can conquer things of like distance and all that, but long distance is different. So what factors can you incorporate to make sure that it works?
Accountability. Accountability is very important. Don't leave room for doubt. Don't leave room for suspicion. Because once, for example, you're working in an office, kuna kwa hii pia yenye you have your work husband and your work wife. If all you talk about is your work wife,
there's a problem.
There's a problem. So don't let that person feel threatened by you having so much time for this other person, and yeye unashinda ukimwambia I'm in a meeting, I'll call you, I'll text you. You need also to be able to be open about other things like finances. You need to talk about finances. You need to be able to talk about your past comfortably without fear of judgment. Because for example, I know of a very close family friend of ours. They dated, naisi online, they dated, they married. Then after 6 months, a kid came to stay with them. Now, the man knew huyu mtoi ni sister ya huyu. Then wakati mtoi alikuja, and then the man calls the girl, "Ebu kuja." And then the girl was in a funny mood. So he asked his wife, "Kwani sister yako what do you mean sister yangu? Huyo ni mtoto wetu." Wewe ni baba yake. That's how he was introduced to his stepdaughter.
What do you mean? This entire time?
All this time. Alikuwa anajua ni sister ya bibi, lakini hakujua ni mtoto wake. And the family covered, the parents covered, the siblings covered. And then when she got married, ndio akamwambia hebu kaa na mtoto wako. So akaanza kuwa na mtoto wake. Then that's how just she did it.
And like, okay, but I know something was definitely broken there.
It was broken, but it took a while. But eventually they moved on.
So people should be willing to be open
share.
In communication.
If we are getting into marriage, if this relationship is for marriage, be as open as you can. Let this person know, this is what I'm coming with. This is what I'm bringing to the table. Are you comfortable with it? Because better a broken relationship than a broken marriage.
So whatever baggage it is that you have, whatever it is that you consider. Lakini pia, I think, I will say people are doing it from a point of fear. Because of the mistakes that they made. Wanafilia kwamba if I come with all this baggage, you might not want me anymore. So mtu anasema acha nifiche. Ikifichuka ni sawa, bora ifichuke kama tumesonga songa. So tell me there's nothing that you can do about it.
You know, once trust is broken, then you leave this other person wondering, kama ulinificha hii, nini ingine umeficha?
What more are you hiding?
Yeah, what more are you hiding?
Yeah.
And that is a very uncomfortable place to be. Yeah, or like you're getting into a relationship, and then saa zile mshawana ndio jamaa anasema, by the way, unajua my first wife alikuwa you're like
first wife come again.
So uko na wangapi? Okay, who am I?
Again.
Yeah. So kuna vitu very very important you need to share with mapema.
So be open to sharing.
Yes.
And now on that topic of trust, with long distance relationship, people are mbali from each other. How do they make sure that they build that trust despite the fact that they don't get to see each other often?
Communication.
Communication.
The more we communicate, the more you're vulnerable to me, the more I'm vulnerable to you, the more I'll be able to trust you more. Yeah.
And when you're talking about communication, because Reverend Kunola watu wenye wanasemaga, if it's communication, we even had someone talking of anataka kupigiwa after every hour, ama text you after every hour, kujuliwa hali, ajulikane kama ako sawa. So when you're talking about communication, is there a frequency that it needs to happen for you to know that, yeah, we are in a relationship headed somewhere, ama ni depending on how you agree?
Hey, yeah, every hour utamsuffocate.
Nataka kupiga every hour na bado mko pamoja.
No, you need to have communication that is real. For example, I need to know that last year my husband was in the States for about 4 months. So we had an agreement. We talk in the morning at 6 and in the evening at 8 p.m. Because kule usiku ni hapa tukiwa mchana huko ni usiku. So we agreed. So every day in the morning and every night. So during the day I will do what I need to do. I fill in the evening or not, but just communicate. So we had agreed on that. So every relationship has got its own parameters and all paradigms. So work within your relationship. But isikue every hour kwani hatufanye kitu kingine kwa hii dunia. Because somebody needs to have you see I think there's a time I spoke about levels of relationships. So being that you're my person does not mean that you cannot have other persons. You need to be able to have relationships and communications that are good. So develop trust to show you I trust you and this relationship is real. I should be able to introduce you to my people. You should know my friends. You should know my parents. You should know my siblings. Start with like a sibling. Huyu ni sister yangu, huyu ni brother yangu. That is a level of trust. You should be able to know where I work, this is the position I hold. Hata kama sitakwambia finances zangu until we are very sure where we are going. But this is where I work. This is my colleague, this is my colleague. You should be able to know that. In my neighborhood, I have a neighbor. This is where we stay. Let that person develop trust. The more I know you, the more I trust you. Ni kweli?
Yeah, true.
Yes, and the more the relationship becomes intimate. So you can be able to develop a relationship by how much you are vulnerable to the other person. Yes. So as you allow, for example, if the man is abroad and the lady is here, one way of trusting you is telling you, nakutumia pesa fanya shopping kelekea mama yangu.
Yeah. Wow.
So if I trust you with my mom, hii kitu ni serious.
Yeah, it is very serious.
Yes. But if I tell you kila mtu kwetu alikufa kabisa, hata hakuna mtu alidilea, hata
hakuna mtu ako responsible for me, sina mtu.
Mimi nilimea tu kama kijiwe.
Kuna shida mahali.
Yes.
Wow.
So develop things that makes you know I trust you, you trust me.
And it's different for every relationship.
If you're staying in a house uko and you're staying in a house with somebody, let them know this other person. Who is the person you're staying with?
Yeah.
Yeah. And who is their person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things better.
Yeah, kuwa tu mkweli, because the more there are gray areas, you'll brood suspicion. Ni rahisi tu ka suspicion ka grow. Unaanza kufikiria nani amepita nyuma yako?
Kwa nini yako hapo?
Wachana hiyo sasa.
Hapo hivi. Mtu anaenda na build a tower of overthinking on top of that small act. So it's important for you to communicate openly in a way that it's going to make the relationship grow and become better, because long distance, it's possible for you to be in a long distance relationship that works despite probably experiences that you have had ama zenye umesikia ama umeweza ku experience mwenyewe. Okay, so we are going to take a very short break right here at the Relationship Talk Show. Remember, we're talking about long distance relationships and online dating, and we'll be coming right back, so make sure you don't go too far, because there's so much in store for us to learn, and there's so much that we are learning even as we are going on with the conversation. So don't go too far. We'll be coming right back.
MBCI Television, transforming lives.
Get ready for non-stop adventures and lots of fun! Each episode is packed with engaging stories, vibrant animations, catchy songs, educational session, and unforgettable moments.
She sells seashells at the seashore. Hey!
We inspire and empower young minds as we develop important life skills while having a blast. Join us every Saturday on your favorite channel from 9:30 a.m. as we have an amazing time. Don't miss out!
Rohi Church, in conjunction with Naivasha Pastors Forum, invites all to a Healing My People conference hosted by Reverend Githere and Pastor Susan, and co-hosted by Reverend John Gatia, Chairman of Naivasha Pastors Forum. The conference will start on 6th April to 30th April 2025, and the venue is Naivasha County Council Estate next to Hobra. Guest speakers will be Bishop Jimmy Mwandu, Bishop Jonathan Olesena, Apostle Othniel Mwabili, Bishop Moses Mbugwa, Bishop Albert Naitera, Pastor T. Mwangi, among many other anointed pastors. The conference will start with morning glory, mid-morning sessions, lunch hour sessions, revival meetings, and Saturday it will feature a special meeting for the youth with a youth seminar from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Jeremiah 30:17. But I will restore you to health and heal your wounds, declares the Lord. For more information, call 0722 813 178 or 0722 435 150. All are welcome in Jesus' name.
MBCI Television, transforming lives.
Amazing. Welcome back from that very short break. My name is Sylvia Wanjai. Remember, this is a relationship talk show. Today we're discussing about long distance relationships and online dating, and we have with us Reverend Faith Bugonko. Now, we are getting to learn so much, and we're getting to understand that for long distance relationships to work, there needs to be communication, there needs to be trust. You need to have an open, real communication for it to work. If you are in a committed relationship that is headed towards marriage, you need to make sure that you put in the work to make it work, okay? So let us get the relation tips. Tujuanini Joyce Sandeso anatufunza kuhusu long distance relationship and online dating. So let us get the relation tips.
Hello and welcome to Real Asian Tips, and today we are going to talk about long distance relationships and online dating. Here are some few tips you might consider while navigating online dating and long distance relationships. Number 1, effective communication. Open, honest, and frequent communication is key in long distance relationships. You can make use of communication channels such as video calls, texting, and voice notes to stay connected. It's important to discuss expectations, feelings, and any concerns regularly to keep the relationship strong. Number 2, trust and transparency. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, but it's even more crucial in long distance or online dating. Be transparent about your feelings, your plans, and any changes in your life. This helps to avoid misunderstandings and build a sense of security. Number 3, set clear goals and expectations. Discuss what you both want out of the relationship early on, whether it's just casual, serious, or with plans to eventually meet in person. Knowing where you both stand will help manage expectations and reduce uncertainty. Number 4, stay creative and keep the spark alive. Distance can make things feel monotonous, so make efforts to surprise each other. Send thoughtful gifts. Small gestures show that you are invested and keep the connection exciting. Number 5, patience and understanding. Long-distance relationships often require more patience as challenges like time zone differences, busy schedules, or occasional feelings of loneliness can arise. Be understanding and supportive of each other's needs and give space where necessary. This has been Real Asian Tips, and my name is Joyce Andeso.
Amazing. So that was the Real Asian Tips, and Joyce Andeso has taught us very, very important tips to make sure that we keep communication going when it comes to long distance relationship. Trust and transparency, keeping the spark alive. Those are very, very important tips that we need to employ if you are in a long distance relationship. Najua watu watakudiscourage wakwambie hapana nini online utaingia upate mambo mingi, but what matters is the commitment that you to have towards each other and whatever it is that you need to make it work. Okay, amazing. So maybe we can have take a look at a few questions that you guys are sending in that are in line with the topic of today. So we have someone here anasema, hello, I have a question. What do I do when there is broken trust and I want marriage to work? There's a lot of anxiety, fear, and feeling of betrayal. Please help.
Forgiveness.
Okay.
But one of the things that is so important is, have you been able to deal with what caused it? Is it somebody's character, or is it an issue that triggered? Is it somebody what caused it?
Yeah.
Because once you deal with what caused it, then you can be able to move on in terms of forgiveness, in terms of going on with life. And then normally in every situation, listen to both sides. This is her side or his side. Yeah. There's the other side. So you need to be able to handle with both. Unfortunately, broken relationships do not just happen with long distance. They also happen even in close quarters. Yeah. I just pray that she'll be able to forgive, but if they can get counseling, is very important.
The better. Wow.
We cannot be able to handle that.
Yeah.
That's
so
deep.
It needs more.
It needs more time.
Yeah. Okay. Amazing. So I hope you have gotten that. Kuna mwingine anasema, hi, morning. I have been dating for 3 years now, but ni kama kuna shida niko nayo. When he calls, I always help him because I love him. But mimi nikiwa na shida, anasema nafaa kusema mapema. I need your help. Tulipatana Facebook. Is this true love? Maybe one of us is cheating. Anasema jina langu ni Joy.
Have they ever met? Would be my first question. 3 years.
Yeah, they met in Facebook.
Are they getting married? Ama watabaki tu hivyo? It's a bit concerning. Hiyo inahitaji one-on-one pia. Yeah. Na one-on-one ya wote wawili. Because I would be concerned. 3 years is quite a time. What are the plans? Yeah. Do they have parameters? Do they have a set time? Are they working towards a goal? Ama too, I love you too. Oh, you love me too, I love you. So If there's somewhere they're going, then they should be able to deal with that, because what she has talked about finances sounds to me like a red flag.
And I think that is what we'll be picking as we continue with the conversation. What are some red flags to look for in online dating? Because according to her, they met in Facebook. That's an online platform.
Yeah.
So maybe we can take the question one more time for the viewers at home who are maybe joining us right now. Would you consider getting into a long distance relationship? Would you consider getting into a long distance relationship? You can give us your feedback and also give us a brief explanation as to why you are okay with it or you're not okay with it, and we'll be getting to read it right here. Now maybe Reverend, we can look at what are some red flags to look for in online dating. Ndo ukiangalia unajua hapa hivi kidogo wacha tu nijitoe.
Yeah, kama hiyo.
Ya
pesa.
Kuna shida.
Alafu ni one way. Unajua ingekuwa two way, that's another thing. That one, he always has a need, but this other need, the need for the other lady, anahitaji time. That is a red flag. Another red flag would be the person that you always text, but you can never video call. Anytime you need to video call, umuone, they would be like, I'm in a meeting. I watched something a few weeks ago. Somebody who had been catfished for 10 years.
10 years? 10 years. Were they not meeting for 10 years?
They never met. And every time, like, he would say, I'm coming over. Ananunua ticket, anamonyesha ndio hii ticket na nini. One time alienda akangoja kwa airport akapata message, I missed my flight. Another time tena alikuwa naenda kumuona, in fact this time alikuwa nakuja for the wedding. Akamtumia mapicha akiwa hosi. So aka feel something is not right, so aka plan impromptu visit. Akakuta picha si yeye.
What?
He is happily married. Alienda akapata wife na watoto wawili kwa nyumba, na ni kama when she started dating this girl is the time he started dating this other one. So he married that one but continued keeping this one on a leash. So red flags ni be able to video call at least as often as you can. Red flag is when you don't know anybody else in their circle apart from them. That is a red flag. That tells you 1 + 1 is not adding up. If on social media hakuna anything that seems real, ni to flowers, na to puppies, na to kittens, na to pillows.
No, but there are those people who say they're not into social media, they don't like posting their photos, they don't like...
I'm not into social media. I'm not. But let me tell you, you can find my footprint.
Yes.
You can find
definitely.
it. Yes.
So mtu kukosa completely, that's a red flag.
Kabisa, there's nothing. And yet we met online. And you're not into social media.
There's a problem.
How come 1 + 1 is not 2?
There's a problem there.
So there needs to be a print. There needs to be a history. There needs to be, I can be able to talk to you. If I don't find you, whom do I call?
Who do I contact? So
whom do I contact? Because it's long distance. You cannot be the only person that knows you. There needs to be somebody, a colleague, a relative or something. Let there be something. And for me, this I would ask every person, ajiulize, their own personal red flag. Why am I going online dating? That if because nimekaa nasema nataka kuolewa na mzungu. Kwa sababu akona pesa ataniomosha. Why do I want to go online? Is it that I'm so hurt from where I'm coming from that I just want nothing to do with where I am at? Or is it what am I looking at? What am I looking for? Because you know, what you look for is what you'll find. And you might be so focused on getting to akona mado, but character
hakuna,
ni serial killer.
What?
And watu ndio apate mado. So hizo dozi zitakuwa zako, but umejiconnect na madhabahu mbaya. So I love giving this example.
Yeah.
A beetle looks for dung. Dingoingo. It looks for dung. Sindio? And whenever it goes, it looks for dung because that's what it uses to build its house. It uses that for its own purposes. A bee looks for flowers and it always finds flowers. So what are you looking for? Because what you're looking for is what you'll find.
Wow.
And you need to be able to say the whole 10 yards of what you're looking for. Don't let it be about finances only or looks only or influencing only or
popularity.
You know, or popularity. Make sure you have a full package because there's something I love in the Bible, King James, original King James, and it came to pass. And it came to pass. So all these other things, like figure, shape, pesa, being young, it will come to pass. So you need to be looking for something that will outlive 10 years, 20 years. You need to be thinking 50 years, 100 years. Can I grow old together with this person? Are we compatible enough? Will I be proud of my kids if they carry his genes? Hiyo DNA ya huyo msichana, nitafurahia watoto wangu wakiwa nayo. So you need to look at your own red flags. Why am I getting into this? If it's just for the money, if it's just to say,
I have
see what I got, then something is wrong.
Kuna tatizo. So you need to figure out your why. Why are you doing
Why am I getting into this? If I can be able to handle that, then you're good to go.
Okay, and I think that is the toughest bit of it all. Trying to self-reflect, to understand why are you doing things
what
in
am
a
I looking
particular
for?
way.
What is it need for me? If I am broken because of where I'm coming from, how soon after am I going to the next relationship? Because hurting people hurt others.
Yeah, true.
So if you're not yet healed and you want to show this person, ulinifanya hivyo, ngoja. And then in a week umepost mapicha zingine, so utajikuta hata umejipeana beyond where you're supposed to go because you're trying to prove to this other person that you moved on because they moved on and hurt you. So deal with your why.
Wow, deal with your why. I think hiyo ndo part yenye watu wengi wanapenda avoid, the part of self-reflection, the part of trying to understand why you're doing things in a particular way, the root cause. And I've also loved what you've said about hurt people, hurt others. People don't want to heal. Kuna mwingine anasema ati ukiachwa 2 business days ushasonga. Ungoje kitu yote.
There's a limit.
2 to 3 business days, working days ushasonga. People don't want to take time. We can working days 2 to 3 mtu ashasonga. Na sasa shida ni anaendea another person, probably they are very much okay, wako sawa, they are healthy when it comes to forming relationships, but sasa you destroy them and the pattern keeps going on. So we need to make sure that break hizo cycles zenye zina cause a lot of hurt. For the young generation, I do tunafika point nasema after God the next thing we face is marriage. We need to change that.
There's a book those many years when I was in school. There was a book we did called Great Expectations, and the main character of that book, it was an English literature book, was called Miss Havisham. Miss Havisham had a lot of money, but she was not married. So tumiaka tukasonga songa. Eventually she started dating somebody, and people are telling her, don't marry this guy, he will hurt you. Kutaka kujua. So on the day when she was getting married, she put on her wedding dress and went to the city hall where the marriage was to take place at 10 minutes to 9. Dressed up and everything, and she stayed, and the guy did not come. So she went back home. She had a beautiful castle, and she changed every clock to 10 minutes to 9. She never removed the wedding gown. She stayed in her wedding gown. She made sure iyo time haikusonga. She was bitter. And then after some time, a young lady came to stay with her. Innocent young girl. Alipatia huyo mtoto sumu achukie wanaume. her bitterness spread to this little girl. She matured to be a heartbreaker.
What?
Not knowing alikunywa sumu ya huyu mwenye alikuwa. So if you go into a relationship with bitterness, you cause more harm than good. Make sure you heal fast. Because many people that are dating online, if they were to ask themselves the real question, why? Why are you doing this? Then if it's coming from a place of healing, they will get into a very good relationships and they'll be safe.
Wow.
But if you become a Miss Havisham, you're going to cause pain.
Yeah, everywhere you go.
Everywhere you
and
go.
everything you touch.
Yeah, because you stuck somewhere where you are hurt.
And you need to move on. You need to heal from that.
Yes.
You need to grow above that and you keep living life. Wow, amazing. So we went to the streets and we asked people about the question of long distance relationships and whether or not they are willing to accommodate the idea of being in a long distance relationship. Now let us get to hear what they have to say and then we'll be coming back to continue with the conversation.
Kusema ya kwamba long distance relationship haiwezi work kwa maana katika relationship tunaamini ya kwamba kuna mazungumzo. Na kama hakuna mazungumzo inamaanisha ya kwamba haiwezi work. So mtu anapokuwa katika akiwa mbali amwezi zungumza, lakini mkiwa karibu na yeye mnaweza zungumza.
For me it can work because we only need love, true love and respect. Because we don't have to share that bond, body to body, but true love is in the heart, does not come out of the body or outfits.
Kwangu mimi naamini inaweza wako kwa sababu kitu ya kwanza mkichukuana na mtu, kitu ya kwanza ni honest. Hata mtu akiwa mbali ama mko karibu na yeye, kama wewe ni wa kucheat utacheat, lakini kama mko ako mbali na wewe yuko karibu na yeye, kitu ya kwanza
inaweza waka. Kwa nini? Sababu mimi na mpenzi wangu ni venye tutakuwa tumeheshimiana, ni venye tutakuwa tumeelewana. Unaona? Hata kama ako mbali, as long as nimemtrust na yeye amenitrust, hiyo inaweza waka.
So the answer of that long distance relationship, first, if you want to go a long distance relationship, the both gender should not cheat and should stay together and with one unity.
Long relationship ina work kwa sababu kwa mfano unaweza kuwa uko na rafiki ama uko na bibi mwanamke na umeoa, na kwa mfano anataka kusoma. Kwa hivyo kama ataenda kusoma na mlikuwa tayari nyinyi ni marafiki, mtaendelea kuwasiliana kwa sababu siku hizi kuna simu, mnaweza kuwasiliana kwa simu at least hata kwa siku, na kila mara kuna wasiliana naye.
Okay, so we've gotten the chance to hear what people have to say about long distance relationships. There are those who are for it, there are those who are strongly against it. Maybe Reverend, you can touch on a few comments that they were able to give when it comes to long distance relationships.
I think I love what they have said. There are those who have said, be honest, be trusted. But kuna mwenye amesema long distance cannot work because lazima muongee. I thought it's actually about kuongea. Long distance ni kuongea. Mazungumzo is the main ingredient.
To make it work.
So it is workable. I'm glad I'm not born in this time because
it's complicated.
Niko too old school too. Ina complicate. But there is grace for the season. We are different. We are living in a very na sisi wenye tuko kwa nuru tunatakana kubehave kama watu wa nuru. Hata katika long distance we should be in the light. When we are in the light, things like cheating do not come up. Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest issue with people who are shying away from long distance relationships. Anasema utakaa uko kweli peke yako na how it's a lie. Lazima tutatafuta mtu mwingine ama you'll find someone who is better. Kwanza there's a notion that is there, Reverend, out of sight, out of mind.
It depends on individuals. Kuna watu wako hivyo. Hata kanisani tuko na washirika wakienda mahali wanaenda wakienda. But there are those, no matter how many years, they are still keeping in touch and communicating. So to me, I think you need to work on your ability to communicate effectively, and make sure that I'm out of sight, but you're not out of mind. You make it your effort to make it work. Yes.
Okay. And there's this issue, Reverend, loneliness. If you're in a long distance relationship, let's say someone is out of the country, maybe the events that are happening kama couples, tuliona Valentine's last month part 1, kulikuwa na events zilikuwa zimesetiwa up na church, very beautiful events, na kuna watu walikuwa wanaenda kama singles lakini wako na mtu ni vile mtu ako mbali. So how can you combat issues of like loneliness? You even see your friends, they're going out with their significant others, na wewe tu uko tu hapo. How do you deal with that situation?
I think one of the key things is being alone and being lonely. If you can be able to separate those two, it will help you a lot. Because if I'm in a long distance relationship, I am alone, but I should not allow loneliness
to come in.
Because of ni kama vile Yesu alienda akasema anarudi haraka. Na unaona 2000 years zimepita.
Na bado anarudi haraka.
Na bado anarudi, na alisema shika sana ulicho nacho. Naja upesi. So we are still walking with Jesus, believing him, trusting him, listening to him, reading his word, believing him, because we believe the word he said. And so I am not a lonely believer because I have Jesus. The same way you should believe in that person that ako mbali. So that as long as you get into loneliness, you'll get into depression. You'll be frustrated. You will wish otherwise. And it's easy to break off that relationship. So don't allow loneliness. It's okay to be alone, but not lonely. In other words, feel yourself, occupy till I come, Jesus said. So keep yourself busy. Occupy your mind. Whether you're working or not, occupy your mind. Fill yourself with activities that are bearing fruit. Don't just be a busybody. Fill yourself with activities that bear fruit. When you're full of the word, you cannot be lonely. Fill the atmosphere with worship. Fill the atmosphere around you with the presence of God. Connect with God on a very intimate level, because nobody, how do I put this? No human being can complete you. You're already complete.
As you are. Wow.
You're already complete. So huyo mwenye ako mbali hakuji kukucomplete. You're a complete human being. So don't allow them to take a place that could cause you to feel out if he's not there, or if they're there. Companionship is very important, but not loneliness. Loneliness is from hell. It's okay to be alone, but don't allow loneliness, because inakujanga na mawoye, akiwoye, ona ule, hizo mawoye zitakufinya. So don't allow yourself to get to a place where you feel you are all alone. Nobody else is there for you.
Wow. So don't allow loneliness to creep in. It's okay to be alone. But the moment tunaanza kufeel wishi hapo, unajua hapa hivi is a red flag. I need to be careful how I tread. I need to be very
guard your heart above all things, because out of your heart flows the issues of life. Guard your heart. Guard it against loneliness. People will watapendananga tu, watatembea pamoja tu, ni wake. It's okay. But remember, this one, your significant other is your companion. Talk with them. Talk with them. Just tell them, nakumiss, nafurahi uko pale, I know you're working together for our good. Just communicate with that person. Let them know how important they are. Wengine wakienda Valentine's Day dinner, piga story na mtu wako. Piga story na mtu wako. You don't have to be in situations zenye zinakufanya ugufu.
Na
usisikie kiwaru akitembea akishikana.
Time is also coming.
Yako inakuja.
Okay, and when it comes to online dating, we have seen sites zenye zime come up. Najua tu Tinder, sijui kama kuna ingine. but kuna hizo sites zenye
ziko nyingi.
Yeah, za na Afro introductions. Hizo nilijua through ads. Msiniulize ninajua aje.
Okay, fungua roho.
Anyway, so there are those online dating websites ambazo watu wana join ili ku meet people. Is it advisable for someone to go to extremes of joining dating sites to meet their person?
Me, I believe it's your personal conviction and your personal decision.
Yeah.
Because we cannot throw it under the rug. These things are there and they are real.
True.
Problem ni wangukie mikono mibaya. Tena utachukia online dating yote na dating site zote. I don't know how as I said earlier, mimi ni old school sana. So siwezi jua ni site gani mzuri ni gani mbaya. But I would like to talk to maybe pastors. Instead of waende huko dating site. Sisi wachungaji tusaidie watoto wetu wapatane umumu. That would be one way. If maybe we can come up with a dating site for our young people so that they can meet. Because kondo yangu ikikaa kwa kutane ikuje kwako, I will be safe. I will be comfortable because I know that wako malishoni.
Yeah, they are within, they are safe.
That would be, but of course I know wachungaji hawezi kubaliana na mimi. It's just a thought. But I'm just trying to think we are as much as dating sites are there and there are so many nowadays, there are very many. Ukiingia tu kwa social media unakutaka advert kamepita ka dating sites. There are so many. As a child of God who is spirit filled and walking with God, ask God to direct your steps. This is what I normally tell young people. When I felt I was ready for marriage, I prayed this prayer. I told the Lord, I didn't ask for tall, dark, handsome, atakamali nipe tall, dark, handsome. I just asked the Lord, I know I am somebody's rib. I know I am one person's rib. Sasa hizi zingine zote Baba usinilete. Ni manifestie tu huyu mmoja mwenye mimi ni ubavu wake. I was removed from that place specifically. Manifest that person for me.
Wow.
Now, and then I told the Lord, na Mungu ukiniletea huyu mtu nitampa mtihani. I will put out a fleece. Na akipita hiyo fleece, itakuwa evidence. Ni yeye.
Wow.
Now, the first thing yenye Mungu alifanya, and he has a sense of humor, thank you Jesus. Ni aliniletea tribe yenye sikuwaitaka. Kwa list yangu. My tribe mates I never wanted, and that tribe, those two are the two tribes I never wanted. Na aka make sure ni hiyo tribe. But the fleece ndio zilinishtua. Alipita. I did 3 na alipita zote.
What?
Anapenda kuvaa dark colors sana, dark colors. So nikasema kama ni yeye, when we go for the first date, avae shati ya pink. Alivaa shati ya pink. To date, sijaimwona na shati ya pink.
But on that particular day,
imagine.
What?
Then I'm like, did I really say pink?
I think I meant white.
Ina cabbage.
Si pink, Sarah.
Yeah, so...
So, okay.
So make sure that you go out there kama mmekubaliana na Mungu. Kama umekubaliana na Mungu. Na Mungu sikio lake bado alijaziba na mkono wake bado si mfupi. Bado anaokoa.
Wow.
And as a child of God, God will lead you. The steps of a righteous man are ordained of the Lord. They are ordained of the Lord. He will lead you in his paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Wow. God still speaks. Even when it comes to relationships, God still speaks. Don't be hung up with that thing of all men are dogs, all women are cheaters. Don't. Katika ufalme wa Mungu, Mungu bado amekuhifadhia mtu wako. And God will give you someone.
Wow. So remain, have hope. Do not give up. Yeah. Do not compromise. There's someone I was listening to somewhere akiongelea kuhusu relationships and how people nowadays we force the voice of God. You have your will, so to force God. Amesema. You know. So don't force again your will. And if it's not your thing, just because others are doing it, don't conform to the patterns of the world so that you can feel like you belong. Remain, stand firm with what you believe. Lakini pia tutoke kwa nyumba as young people.
Be visible.
Toka nje. Enda meetings za youth. Go to events, social events in church. They're there. Go out, meet people, network, talk to people. Si kila wakati the people rev. Mtu ako nje ako in a social gathering lakini ako hapa kwa simu.
Sana.
Our generation simu badala we interact na watu. How are you going to find your person if you keep doing things like that? Sasa unaona hapo kuna shida kidogo. Amazing. Anyway, so long distance relationships and online dating, I would say imekuwa a very, very interesting conversation ambayo it has so much in it, and I'm hoping as a young people tumeweza kufuatilia. I know most of us don't believe in long distance relationships, but they do work, okay? It depends with how much you're willing to put in to make sure that it works. When it comes to communication, be open, be real, be transparent, be honest in each and everything, and it's possible for it to work, but you need to check your values, you need to check what you believe in. Don't ignore those red flags. Acha kuzibadilisha color useme hapana hii ni kama pinkish, ni kama you know, wacha red baki red. Sawa. And the moment you see something is not working for you, don't sit around and wait for things to get worse. Get up and leave, but don't be discouraged. Long distance relationships do work. Hata kuna mwenye amesema kwa Vox Pops ana prefer that because ako sure sexual purity iko certain kwa sababu huko mimi niko huko, kwa hivyo we'll be able to temptation imeondolewa. So it's not all bad, okay? If it's for you, ama if you're in such a situation, kuna wale they start traditional, then kidogo something happens, inabidi moja travel. So it is possible, okay? So maybe, Rev, as we wind up, maybe you can share with us what are some common signs that a long-distance relationship will work for the greater good, maybe it will even lead to marriage, as you give the parting shot.
Number one, because you have prayed about this, you have believed God for this, there is the confirmation of the Holy Spirit in you that confirms, this is the one, this is the way. Also, how vile mna vibe too, vile mna vibe, you can tell where this is going by how well you're clicking, how you're communicating, how you're reaching out to each other, how you're able to make future plans together. You can tell whether you're flowing in the right direction together, ama kila mtu ako dunia yake, because it's very easy. And I think another red flag that I forgot to mention is when you have too many people you're dating online. Uko na wa Tinder, uko na wa African what? You're Afro. Uko na so many, so
different sides.
You're not even sure who you told what. Because
confused.
Yes. So hata katika long distance, remain pure. Purity ni muhimu. Just keep yourself in a safe space. If you're making plans, like I'm concerned if you can be dating online for 3, 4, 5 years. Because kuna mmoja anacheza mwingine, kuna mwenye ameweka mwingine pending na maisha yake inaendelea. So that concerns me. I don't think you should date for very, very long. You give it a time limit that works for you guys. Kama mtu ameenda kusoma 3 years, 3 years amalize. Na hiyo 3 years ikiisha tujue tunafanya nini next. Have parameters that you can work on. But I believe that it is workable. I believe that it is something that is with us, with our young people. And I pray for God's grace for you to be able to communicate with the Holy Spirit, that He will guide you and show you this is the path, walk in it. Yes.
Wow. And maybe a word to those who are in a long distance relationship, lakini wamekuwa distracted na the many things people are saying on social media about long distance relationships. What would you tell them?
Spice it up. Spice it up.
Keep the spark alive.
Keep the spark alive. Usiwache tu vitu zinakaa tu zimedua. I think the only people that shock me are those who say that ati dunia ilikaa peke yake alafu ikapop ikagrow. Anything left alone degenerates.
True.
So regenerate it. Keep the spark alive. Sometimes, like, my husband is just interesting. I'm on my phone, he's on his phone. So I have to keep looking at what he's looking at. And it's a funny clip. He will show me. We will read it together and laugh together. A story that he's gone through, I will tell him how my day was, and so on and so forth. So keep the spice, keep it alive.
Keep it going.
Don't make it so boring. Hata mtu anajiuliza sasa mbona nikupigie simu? Why should we talk today? Because so fanya mtu atamani akumiss, be missable.
Okay, amazing. So keep the spark alive so that the relationship can keep growing. Yes, maybe we can take a look at a few feedback before we finish up on today's show. Good morning. It's Fabian. I prefer long distance relationship, but it requires someone who at least you can meet severally. For example, once in 2 months. And it's also good for both of us to be faithful and to trust each other. Again, for it to work, make sure you do video calls, voice messages, and also make some time to pray together hata kama ni online. Wow, amazing. So that is someone who is really intentional. Thank you for that, Fabian. Even time to pray together, that is something
very important.
Inaonyesha that kuna hiyo. Lakini Rev, kuna wengine. Okay. There are people who use that front kuonyesha that
they're very spiritual.
They're very spiritual. They use it as a strategy. Utaona tu consistency ya mtu. Kuna wale they're not able to keep it up for too long. So make sure that you're careful and you look out for that. Kwa sababu pia hiyo inaweza kuwa trap mbaya sana. Anyway, thank you for that Fabian. Alafu kuna mwingine sema my name is Claire Mukuha, one of the best conversations I've had so far, very much needed. John Boro anasema ini swali. Anasema hello Anja, is it good and effective to marry someone you met online?
Yeah, depending. I think how you meet is not the issue, it's how you continue from there. That would be my take. How you meet is a non-issue. Is a non-issue because kuna mwenye ulisoma na yeye na hao wote hamkuonana. Sasa kama that is the apple of your eye, yes, it's possible and it can work. And you can be married and live happily ever after.
Okay, so I hope you have that, John. What matters is if we continue the conversation, if you follow through with what we've been talking about, having an open communication, one that is real, itasaidia to grow your relationship. Okay, so meeting is no issue, but how you continue is what matters. Okay, okay. Mwingine anasema Joyce anasema long distance relationship is a total red flag. Anasema niulizeni mimi.
Pole Joyce.
Yeah, Joyce has a story to tell. Maybe we can invite you and you can share with us your story. And maybe from that story, unaweza pata help ama assistance so that who knows, maybe there's something in there for you that is in line with long distance relationships, but that means you need healing. We have Victor Mwangi anasema, I'm interested in this topic. I'm also having a long distance relationship. It is very insightful. Wow. Thank you for that. The comments zenye zimekuja ni nyingi sana. Maybe I can check upande wa Facebook so that I can see at least nisome mbili tatu, even as we are calling it a wrap, ndo isikue nimependelea upande mmoja nikaacha upande mwingine. Okay, amazing. Tuko na mmoja hapa hivi anaitwa Joy, anasema hello, I'm loving the conversation of today. I'm getting to learn so much. Mwingine anasema anaitwa Mois Kakule, anasema asante sana my rev kwa fundisho. Ubarikiwe sana. Ni Moses Kakule mtoto wako. Amazing. Purity Wedera anasema Reverend more grace. This was a very amazing topic. Kamasonge anasema amen. Mwangi Wairagwa anasema amen. The conversation was really amazing. It was really insightful. We've gotten the chance to learn so much even as young people. Thank you so much for making time to be here with us to help guide us as young people as we are looking forward to marriage. There's a clip I was listening to that was saying that someone is being asked why most young people fear marriage, and alikuwa anasema ya kwamba young people don't actually fear marriage, but they fear getting married to the wrong person because of what they have seen. They've seen people who have gotten married to the wrong person, how they end up. So the fear is not of marriage, but ending up with the wrong person. And I think it's important for us to get these insights from people who have gone ahead of us, so that we can be able to make the right decision when it comes to who we settle down with. So thank you so much.
Karibu.
And we're looking forward to having you many more times.
Thank you.
Tackle to tackle different topics in line the line of relationships.
Asante.
Amazing. So maybe kuna salamu unataka kutuma?
Kwa mpoa wangu. Hi. And my kids and the church and the pastors' wives who I chair in Nakuru County, and NCPF. God bless you. Nawapenda sana, and God has got us. Let's help each other to move forward. Amen.
Amazing. And if maybe someone wants to reach you and have a conversation with you, maybe you can share your social media handles that they can reach out through.
My Facebook is Pastor Faith Bogonko.
Yeah.
And my number is 0723 106 786.
Maybe you can take it one more time.
0723 106 786.
Amazing, amazing. So that is Reverend Faith. And that brings us to the end of today's conversation. I trust and hope that it was one that was insightful for you. And if you're in a long distance relationship, quite discouraged, make sure that through the lessons that you've picked here, utaweza kuendelea na relationship yako. Na kama kuna red flags umeona uondoke. Kama you're thinking about getting into online dating, take your time kwanza, figure out whether that is what you really want and why are you getting into it to begin with, okay? And also, tutoke nje tafadhali, Gen Z, si kujifungia kwa nyumba na simu, tutoke nje. Go out there and talk with people, People don't know how to talk to people. Like, mtu atakuongelesha kwa nini, kwa simu. Lakini mkipatana, koniaje, poa. Story inaisha hivyo. There's nothing else to say beyond that point. So let us get out more often, talk to people. Actually, tunafaa organize events zenye hakuna simu. Unaingia kama umeacha simu kwa entrance, get in there, talk to people, so that, because how else are we supposed to meet our potential others if we don't get out there and talk? Probably hata labda si yako hapo, labda sister yake yako hapo, uta make a friend and then hivyo mwende mkiconnect. But sasa ukikaa hivyo, unaona kuna shida.
Hey, wisdom is finishing you today.
Leo sijui nini imehappen. I think it is sitting in this chair. Kuna kitu inafanya, but it's good.
I love that.
It's good. Things are good. Amazing. So maybe we can get did you know, so that we can know what fun fact that you're learning about when it comes to relationships today. And then kuna ujumbe niko nao for all the ladies in the house, so make sure umekaribia. So did you know inasema hivi, when two people gaze into each other's eyes, their heart rate often synchronize. Okay.
Oh.
That is a very interesting fact. When two people gaze into each other's eyes, their heart rate often synchronize. Karibu niseme ningejaribu, lakini sasa we jaribu tuambie whether it works or not. We will ask next week. Tukirudi kwa kipindi utatuambia whether it works. Okay, that is a very interesting fact that you can share with a friend or a colleague or kwenye uko to share it with someone and experiment it, alafu utatuambia kama inafanya kazi. Okay, amazing. So the ladies in the house, there is an event that is coming up for you, the annual Ladies Conference 2025, okay? From 8th, that is next week, 8th to 11th of April 2025, from 9 a.m. all the way to 5:30 p.m., okay? The climax itakuwa Holy Ghost Kesha on the 11th. Na it's hosted by Apostle John Kimani William and Reverend Naomi Kimani at Kingdom Seekers Fellowship, Nakuru, Kenya. Itakuwa na amazing ministers of God. We'll have Pastor Julia Karanja, we'll have Prophetess Winnie Andrew, we'll have Reverend Miriam Githinji, Reverend Jacqueline Mwando, Reverend Sami Mahoya, and the theme is the rising of Deborahs that has been derived from Judges chapter 5 verse 7. It will be at the Harvest Cathedral, Nakuru, Kingdom Seekers Fellowship, usisahau. Na pia kutakuwa na guest singer Ann Thuo, so make sure that you come through Pastor Ann Thuo. We're going to have a chance whereby we're going to be blessed together. We'll be able to grow together in faith even as women. Na pia kuna boarding for those who are coming from different towns, so boarders are requested. Just bring your bed sheets and personal amenities. Blankets are going to be provided for you. Okay, to register you can go to www.mbcimissions.com/ladies. I repeat, to register go to www.mbcimissions.com/ladies. okay, so if you're a lady out there outside Nakuru na Julius Antalala happy, don't worry, we're going to provide you with a place to sleep. Just make sure you carry your beddings with you. Just bring your bed sheet and personal amenities. Blankets will be provided, and the where to sleep will also be provided. For those who won't make it here, don't worry. Don't worry. The central in me imeamua kutoka wakati tunamaliza kipindi. Hey, if you are not able to make it, don't worry, okay? You can always join in through our social media platforms. We'll be airing it live, and also itakuwa live pia kwa TV, so you can follow through and get blessed along with other ladies, okay? So that is the end of today's show. I trust and hope that it was a blessing to you. Have a beautiful rest of your viewing. Be kind to those who are around you. Radiate happiness. Think positive thoughts. And remember your 10-year plan, your 10-year vision plan, ebu iandike. And remember bado tuko prayer and fasting, okay? It's a prayer and word festival this week, so make sure that you follow through with it so that you can be able to strengthen your faith even as we keep going, okay? Yes, so that is it. My name is Sylvia Wanja. See you next week, same place, same time. Enjoy the rest of your viewing.